Hello and welcome back to Dial H for Heroclix. I'm your host, Kalder and S. This is episode 547, where we are going to be chatting a little bit about the Clixys and our New Year's Clix resolutions. Looking forward to the year of 2025 and answering some listener questions. This is episode 547. Howdy, howdy. Let's get rowdy.
Do you really want to Clixy?
Leadership,
Roll a six, make a move extreme.
token on,
Taking action from your team. I go straight to your start, hypersonic speed.
roll a 5,
Getting brave, hitting blades, claws, fangs.
KO,
Stick and move, click a few just to hit a stop. Need a 3 CCE on a flurry close.
tear your dials apart.
Once the timer starts, do you really want to Clixy? What's going up must come down. Do you really want to Clixy? Baby, you got it found. Find the word you soon become. You're the best, the judge is wrong, but you amplify the damage on. Roll your dice for initiative, son.
Dial H for Heroclix is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock every day, including all the latest Heroclix singles and sealed products. Make sure you check them out at CoolStuffInc.com. Use code DIAL5, DIAL5, for 5% off your Cool Stuff Inc. order. And if you want to buy Heroclix straight from the source, you can go to shop.whizkids.com. Use code DIALH10 for 10% off your Heroclix order. Not usable with certain promotions, pre-orders, or iconics. Although check it out right now. They do have a couple of promotions where you can get some old winter LEs, the old Christmas LEs. I think Jack Frost is up there right now. Anyways, joining me like always in the studio is Ian Eggleston. What's going on, Ian?
Yo. What is going on?
What's up, man? What made you happy this week? A lot of, kind of a stacked
Honestly,
week, really. A lot of stuff.
Same thing as you, man.
Yeah.
LeBron James's 40th birthday today. Right?
I did not know that. I did not know that he's born on December 30th, LeBron James.
40 years, 22 years in the league. I know we both woke up today. LeBron James is 40. No, that is crazy, but not particularly what made me happy.
I did not know that, honestly.
Well, that's fair. You
don't
watch
really
basketball at all.
That's funny. Okay.
Yeah. But it both made us happy, right?
Obviously. No,
Obviously.
I'm super excited that he's 40.
And still balling out of control.
Does he still play basketball?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of
22
insane.
years now.
Wow.
I don't know. People
Oh my
who hate
gosh.
him, I just don't get it. I don't get it.
Fair enough.
He's the man. Sorry.
Hate
I don't
the
even
greatest.
I hate the Lakers, but
Oh.
LeBron James is the man. No, I mean, probably what made
thought you were
everyone else
purple and
happy.
gold all the way, dude,
Ooh, well, in Minnesota.
in Minnesota.
Which,
That's where the
you know,
Lakers used to be.
If you happen to be a Packers fan, I'm not sorry for you. That actually did make me happy.
Imagine
the
being a-
Vikings winning. That was sick.
Unironically, yeah.
Because now it comes down to next week. It's Detroit versus Minnesota. They play at Detroit.
Easy dub.
Whoever wins that game
Easy dub.
gets the first seed and a bye. Whoever loses is the fifth seed.
Who?
So this is like
Ooh.
unprecedented territory for Minnesota. Unprecedented territory. Like, this is the best season the
Detroit,
Lions have
yeah.
ever had in franchise history. I don't know. It's actually going to be a
Lions
ton of fun.
versus the Vikings. Just two historically awful teams.
Yeah,
That
they're
kinda
battling for the
rules.
first seed.
That
But if you
rules.
lose this one game, you're
That's
the fifth
so funny.
seed. So there's a lot on the line.
It's kind of scary.
It's really sick. So I'm excited for that game. That'll be sick. So that
Nice.
did make me happy. But
Okay.
yeah, being back home for the holidays was nice. Seeing the family, catching up with some friends that I
Yeah,
see
how was
like
Christmas? How was everything?
once a year. My mom absolutely balled out for me. Got me some
Okay.
new dress shoes, some other just things where it's like, I wouldn't buy this for myself, but I'm glad to have it. The best kind of gifts.
Very true.
I got my brother some of like the worst shirts ever.
You always get him just awful shirts, Ian.
So I give him 3 shirts as one gift every year. And so the first shirt is one
Okay.
that's like, oh, that's cool, thank you. I will wear this shirt. The second one is questionable. Second one's like, I can wear this in public. It's a fine shirt, but
Okay.
you might get an eyebrow raise. And the third shirt is just like, dude,
I can't wear this.
yeah.
Where can I?
But it brings me a lot of joy. It brings me so much joy.
A
So
home
this
shirt.
this year it was, I can never remember, Astarion from Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh, okay.
He's like this vampire guy. He's got a weird fan base, I'll be honest.
Okay.
Like, the people who are obsessed with him, they make some strange art of the guy, is what we'll say.
Interesting.
He's a goofy vampire. And so the shirt was just like 7 or 8 pictures of him. One of them's like him shirtless
Of
on
course,
it.
okay.
And it just says like Astarion up top.
That's just his
It's
name.
very like reminiscent of like those old Twilight shirts
Oh, gosh.
that like people, when I was in middle school, people would
Yeah, it
have
was really
on.
cringy people that wore
Like
those.
Edward, and it's like 3 pictures of him.
Team Edward. And it's like, yeah.
It's like that, but with
Yikes.
Astarion. And when he opened it, I was just like,
You just died.
the look on his face is just like, are you like, I outdid myself this year. This is the least wearable shirt. One of my favorites, though, because I've been doing this for about 3 years now. On his birthday, his 30th birthday,
Okay.
there was like this custom T-shirt maker, clearly for kids. And so I put Nightcrawler on it because that's his like one of his favorite superheroes. And
Jeff
you
has
could
such
write
good taste.
you could write like happy birthday name and then like the age they're turning. So it's very clearly like, happy birthday, John, you're 5. And so it says happy birthday, Jeffrey, and it says 30 in big letters.
No, Ian, no.
My mom thought that one was hilarious. So yeah, I always look forward to giving him those shirts.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that one was really good. But this year was, my mom was like laughing and she's like, "You're sick. Like you do this for your own amusement." I was like, "I do, you know?"
But Jeff loves that, though.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I've definitely seen several of the shirts that you bought him, and I'm just like, wow.
People say it's
The
drip.
ones he wears on stage is what really gets me.
Mm-hmm.
When
And people comment about him. It's like, "You're welcome, Jeff." You know, but
Yeah.
if you want to ride the wave,
Fashionista style
gotta
icon.
splash a little water at you, right? So, yeah, that was a ton of fun. And then,
Okay.
obviously the Clixys, which I'm
Clixys
sure we'll talk
ruled.
about.
Oh my
So
gosh, yeah.
that's pretty much everything. It
Holy
was just
smokes.
a good week to kind of relax a bit and, just catch up with people. So, how about you?
Nice. No, it was an amazing week. I think, oh man, I just no-lifed a bunch of Blood West while I was at home. So like that new DLC came out. My little brother and I both love Blood West. So we were both playing it at relatively the same time. We were going back and forth like, so did you find this item yet? Did you find this NPC yet? Oh yeah? What upgrade did you choose? Stuff like that. It's just pretty fun to be playing through the same like story mode-ish game at the same time when you can't like play with each other necessarily, but you can just kind of like play at the same time, kind of see like what choices, like I'm not even in that area. Why did you explore that area first? It's just pretty funny, like playing the exact same story and just see how people play it like differently and everything. So that was really fun. And then probably one of the best things that we did at home. So the present I got from my mom was Ticket to Ride Legacy. Now I'd never played a Legacy board game before. I'm sure more of our listeners that are like board game savvy type people know what a Legacy game is. It's basically, at least for how this version of Ticket to Ride is played, you build the game as you play it. Mm-hmm. So in order to actually complete this version, you play Ticket to Ride, right, Ian? Yeah, so it's like a map of America, right? This one is huge, but it's literally just like the East Coast, like 13 colonies to about Indiana, Michigan-ish, like start of the apparent Midwest, right? Mm-hmm. But like Florida's not even there.
Real place.
Yeah, exactly, right? And so like Florida's not even on it yet either. So you gradually add pieces to the map and explore new areas as you expand the rail across America. Now, I'm playing this with a full 5 people, and you each play as a rail company, the color of trains or whatever you are, but also you can lay down stickers, and you claim that track as your rail, like, company's track, which is worth more points to you in each game you play when you, like, your company, if you're blue, place it on a
so
blue
it's like
track.
a very permanent thing.
It's very it's very permanent. You can retire cards. When people complete a trip and you punch it, you get a little hole. It's kind of a spoiler, I guess. You don't get the hole punch right away. Mm-hmm. But like the second time you play through the game, in order to fully build America,
the hole punch is blocked by a $9.99 paywall.
Kinda. Like it's you have to play the game one time first. And then so in order to fully build America, you have to play through the game like 12 times is what it says. And each time it's like a 3-year time skip, which is really cool. So it starts in like 1865 or whatever. I can't fully remember. And then it just goes up in years.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. So, with the railroad and everything. So there's also an overarching story about like Mama O'Connell and how she's like owning the railroad and she's like paying for people to like kill off people getting in her territory, all this like kind of dirty dealing stuff. But it's just been really fun to, go through the story cards and like not know what's going to happen next. It's like, playing a video game or whatever. Like, because once you learn a board game, you're like, oh, I can kind of learn new things. But now I know the game is played.
Yeah,
but this is like, wow, this is literally kept a secret for me. I'm not allowed to open certain parts of this until the game tells me to, right? So they can't spoil it for myself. And so it's really cool. And so we played through 4 games of that version of Ticket to Ride and just had a absolute blast every single time. It was some of the most fun I've had playing board games with my family. So if you like Ticket to Ride and if you have never tried a Legacy game before, I highly recommend it. I know like a lot of the Legacy games, like Pandemic, either started them or like was like one of the first games to ever do Legacy. And then again, I don't know, I might be wrong. I never played Pandemic, so I'm like, I'm good on that. But like my family loves Ticket to Ride.
I played like it was on like iPhone, like or the
like
App
iPhone
Store
version of Pandemic. Okay.
I don't know if it's the same thing, but it's a lot of fun.
Okay.
If it is the same thing, yeah, it's a sick board game.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was a board game.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
But, yeah,
I mean, I've enjoyed games like Civ 5.
Was, sure. Watching the stuff
for like
all
2
across
months
the
of
world.
my life. Oh my gosh, in college, because it was like $10. I was like, sure.
Why not?
And then I had to like
no one says I can
retire that one because it was a lot
so
of fun.
Just board games, the family with stuff. Bridger, he got me that statue right there, a Captain America statue, pretty sick.
Yeah, we had looked
I didn't
at that
own
one
that
in
one.
the past. Yeah.
We did, yeah. I was like, I should buy that, and then he bought it,
statue
and I was like, all right, sick. It's like I own the normal version of that. This is like the clear Electro Shield version, so that's very much my Marvel Rivals Captain America kind of look, right? Because he's kind of got the whatever. So yeah, got some just dope gifts. Got to hang out with the fam, spend a good amount of time with them, play board games, laugh, fun,
nice.
all that jazz. So it was just a grand old week, and of course, the Clixys made me happy. Having old Simdar the Knower, having Simeon come back and just hang out and have a good night. That just ruled. So it was a ton of fun. And of course, shout out to like the community and everybody for joining us on the Clixys.
Yeah,
and it was just like a total blast. We had a record year. And I hope we keep having a record year.
Viewership for the Clixys as well. I know that's the third time we've streamed it now.
Third time we've done a live stream of it, yeah.
So that was really cool. That was a lot of fun. And it continues to be fun.
No, it rocks. It rocks so much.
But now we're stepping into a new phase of things.
Dude,
after some
phase?
Delays, potentially the next phase.
Yeah.
Everything's finally piecing together, and we're going to get to work on this big project. But weekly content is in the pipeline. Probably my projection, my hope. Well, no, my reality. It's not hope, baby. It's going to happen. Is to have this up and running by mid to late January. So we are going to be completely like moving everything in the studio, and with all the pieces, you guys have seen our shelves. Like, oh my gosh, it's not going to be.
It's going to stress me out moving those.
It's going to be
slowly taking all the stuff off the shelves. Yeah,
but we're going to reposition everything. We're pushing a considerable amount into a new studio, some new equipment, and we're looking at kind of just revamping the direction of Dial H and bringing more consistency to it. But also bringing more discussion, so like more opportunity for like live streams. But within those live streams, rather than us just popping up and being like, hey, we're going to chat, we'll have topics of discussion. We'll have things each week. And hopefully in the future have some guests join us. But I've been excited for this. A few people I talked to like at World saying like, yeah, it's going to be the next big leap for Dial H. And it's been on hold for a minute, but now it is rolling. We're making some serious moves. As of today, LeBron James' birthday.
As of today, yep. Of course. Goodness gracious.
Mm-hmm. The king.
Yeah. No, I'm excited for this. I'm really excited for the studio. I can't wait. There's like a lot of things that we have in mind that I'll look to be picking up here pretty soon. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of stoked about kind of just everything about it. I think the level of content we want to make is going to be stuff that I've been wanting to like push and make for a really long time. I think the community is really going to enjoy it, and just these more live shows. We always have a blast doing these live streams.
It'll be so much more fun to do it this way.
Yeah,
it's more transparent. It's more active.
It can be tough to sit down and write a script and be like, I need to get these shots, talk about X, Y, and Z, do this, and this.
And then sit down on the back end of it and just be like,
mush it all together.
Yeah, sometimes
kind of what editing
feels
mush.
That way. So, it's a new direction. It'll be a lot of fun, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Coming soon. Give us like 2-3 weeks. It'll be up
that
and
makes
moving.
It sound so real.
Yeah.
2-3 weeks. We've been wanting to do this for months. So this rocks. This
and
really
there's been just a few holdbacks. Like, okay, well, we still have to film this. So we can't move anything yet.
Yeah, little things.
Oh, we still got to do that. Okay. So there's just been little holdups, but now it can happen.
Let it rip, dude.
So
Beyblade just...
yeah, this is a Beyblade moment.
Literally just let it rip, and then... that's what it's going to look like making the studio. Just a little top spinning around.
For the people who watch on YouTube as well, or listen on YouTube, I should say. This is going to bring a video format to the podcast.
Yeah.
Now, granted, we're not going to be, going, and look at this on the show all the time.
Right.
But for those of you who want to watch a podcast, I have a few that I do that with. That will now be an option coming in the future here. So
There
not
are
only
some that I really like watching.
yeah, there's a level of it for some. So adding not only depth to the video content that we'll be doing, but also the podcast as well. So we'll have a few new opportunities to kind of watch that. That'll allow us to do a little more fun stuff and maybe some, this is a YouTube exclusive moment. You have to see it to believe it.
Oh, gosh. All the audio listeners that are like trapped in their cars or something, or however they listen audio-wise. Just
hey,
like,
look at this.
Great.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, they're like,
Don't say what
fine.
it is.
Yeah. Goodness gracious. But all right, let's go ahead and do a quick rundown of the Clixys and everything. So overall, this year we had another 90 votes. We had about 220-ish votes last year, and we ended this year with 309 votes, which I'm really stoked about. And I'm really hoping, in further years, 400, 500 votes. Just the more votes, the more actual user input, all the different players and everything, all their different opinions on what they think the best of the best is. Just lets us have more diverse and interesting data. But again, 309 people. Pretty dang good. It let us have some really great numbers here. And, it was statistically relevant, so I super enjoyed that. The best set of the year, this
No
was just
surprise.
no surprise at all. It's Massive Time, taking home 65% of the votes. 200-ish people. Oh, my gosh.
Second place had 26%, and that
Yeah.
was Deadpool Weapon X. So that makes up 90% of the vote. You guys can fill
Yeah.
in the rest there, but Masters of Time, just absolute dominant
It just
performance.
stomped.
But
And-
no one's surprised by that.
No.
Masters of Time had energy,
It was a set
man.
that looked beautiful. It was a set that had so many different things I wanted to play out of. It had the Batmans. It had all the Formidable Resolve pieces. It had the Jurassic League. It had several different pieces throughout the common uncommons. It had several different super rares that were kind of wacky and offbeat. It had Madame Xanadu. It had a Reverse
The
Flash.
rare JLA pieces were just fantastic.
All of those were great.
Every Prime was a hit. I don't know if that's ever happened. I can't
No.
think of a set where every single
There's
Prime...
no way that's ever happened.
Maybe the Mighty Thor.
Scourge, he was baller. I loved Scourge.
Mm-hmm.
Red Leader was baller. Okay.
Was the rare? Was that the? We're going.
Who
to
was the
check.
rare Prime in the Mighty Thor? Who was the super?
Oh, it was Odin. It was Odin, god of.
Oh, was Odin only a rare?
Yeah, he was the rare
Okay,
Prime.
then yeah, he
was a
balled
beast.
out. He was insane.
Mm-hmm. And the
Who was the
super rare
rare
Prime.
Was it like the Groot Thor? No.
It wasn't Destroyer Thor. That was Battle World.
That was Battle. Wow, you knew something from Battle World, Ian.
I knew that one.
Wow, I'm so
I
impressed.
pulled that one.
Oh my gosh, who was the super rare Prime in Thor? Someone's already yelled it at their
Oh.
computer screen or at their phone by now, but
I'm
you went too
going.
far back, Ian, too far back.
I'm going.
Forward in time.
We have to find this out.
Too far forward.
Oh, there it is.
No, you're just right there.
Okay, the super rare Prime for the Mighty Thor. Yeah, Odin the Destroyer was the rare Prime. And the super rare Prime was Angela. Okay, so that one. That one was a bit of a dud. It was
Yeah.
close. See, like every set, but Masters of Time, again, to get back to the point, had banger primes in every single slot. They're all playable in their own right. They're all really cool, too. So, I don't know. That's just crazy to me that that's not fully happened. So Masters of Time just checked so many boxes. I'd said this on the live stream. The only mark against that set I really had was the legacy cards. But even then,
So awful.
there's a
Oh my
couple.
gosh.
there's a few.
Just the Legion of Superheroes. Sound off.
Yeah.
Does anyone actually like the Legion of Superheroes? They are so lame.
Yeah, and they're not cool lame.
No.
They're just
just
lame.
because the Great Lakes Avengers, cool lame.
Yeah.
Awesome lame, actually. Legion of Superheroes are just kind of lame.
They're just lame.
Yeah.
You can't be cool with a name like Lightning Lad.
Gosh,
If
yeah,
Lad
what
is
a
in your
loser.
title,
Yeah.
Iron Lad, that's not cool.
No,
Iron
it's
Lad's
really
a
not.
reasonable character too.
Yeah.
Lad though, no.
Lad is just not.
I'm not.
I'm a little lad that likes berries and cream. You're a lad? Come on, dude. Come on.
Can't do
Yeah.
it. So yeah, Master of Time. Absolute
Best
stomp.
non-booster release. So this is every Iconics, and then it also includes the Avengers Hellfire Gala and then the X-Men Hellfire Gala, right? Kong just absolutely stomped.
Yeah.
44.3% of the votes went to old Colossal Kong here. Second place was Project Butterfly from Peacemaker. Of course, having Butterfly and Mern in it helped it out a lot. But it's, as you'll come to find out, as you'll come to realize, it's just kind of the year of the Kong. It's the year of the ape, the great ape, monkey time.
Kong eat Kong world.
It really was. So.
And even then, like, in that, I thought for sure, like, Peacemaker had a chance. And early on, it looked close, but that ended with 20.7% of the votes, whereas Kong had 44.3%. So another, like, very decided category. This year was probably the most, like, decided out of any year we've done. The one that I can remember that was, like, the most clear-cut winner I saw was Arachnite.
Oh, yeah,
He blew everybody out of the water.
He annihilated.
For best overall.
Where did you vote for best booster, non-booster release?
I voted for Peacemaker.
Oh, you did vote for Peacemaker? Okay, nice.
Yeah, I mean, as far as figures that I built with and played with, I played with that more than I played with Kong. Believe it or not, I have never put Kong on a table.
Really?
Really?
Wow.
Because early on, we had gotten back from Florida. You took him to
I
Sunday,
did.
played
I
him
did.
at 500.
That's right.
And you're like, yeah, this guy's bananas.
Yeah, literally.
He's crazy. And I'm like, I believe it. And so I ordered 2 Kongs because I was like,
did.
surely I'll play Kong in a modern format. But then he was so popular at Adepticon, and because I'm like super cool and, anti-popular, counterculture.
I am too. I agree with you there.
I just didn't want to play him for that reason. I mean, Kong's amazing, and I love displaying him. But yeah, the figures that are just like top of the table, top tier, you expect to see them, I tend to not go that route. That's just my personal opinion.
No, absolutely.
So, nothing wrong with it. It's nothing against him personally.
Back
right?
when Unimind and Thanos and stuff were popular, it's like
never wanted to play.
Literally
Unimind.
never going to play those.
Played
figures.
Thanos one time.
Ugh.
Because I didn't realize how good he was. This was in
You.
like the week. I was just excited to have another
Gross.
Thanos, man. Played him in 1 week, and I was just like sitting in a room, and I was like, wait. So I can just shoot you through any of this. And he's like, yeah.
Disgusting.
My opponent looked at the card. He's like, yeah, I guess so. And I was like, ooh. So, yeah, even then, with Thanos being a favorite character of mine, I was still like, this isn't really my style.
It's a bit much.
Little crazy.
Yeah.
Best man attacker. Who was it, Calder?
It was Kong.
was
It was
Kong.
Kong. It was Kong. By the way, guys, if you want to, really quickly, if you want to see the real pizzazz of the show, please go actually watch the Clixys live stream if you haven't already seen it for some reason, because it's truly great. You can see the hilarious video that Alec made for Best Man Attacker, old
Yeah, it was
Heroclix
good.
USA. It was really good. But yeah, it was Kong. Old Kong here. This is his second award that he won of the Clixys here. So Kong's double fisting Clixys right now. He's
Yeah.
holding 2 in his hands. 2 gold Ameridroids are in Kong's hands right now. But yeah, he really was Man Attacker of the Year. He just was such a dominant force ever since
in
mid-March.
second place, reasonably close to Kong.
Yeah. Prime
Wasn't it?
Colossus.
Yeah,
It was Prime Colossus.
at
Only about
62.
19 votes. Yeah, 19 votes off. So, and yeah, Prime Colossus again, just a beast. Something about impervious, reduced pen, just having stupid values, battle fury. Those are the attackers of the year right there. Old Kong and Prime Colossus, just kind of going absolute nuts with it. Now, best support, no surprise at all.
No.
It's Perdegaton. I mean, like we learned last year with the porters winning and everything, all you have to do to be a good support is have too many powers for too little points.
Yeah.
And that's kind of all you got to do.
Toss in a game altering effect.
Yeah, a game ruining effect. Just really, dude, that pick up and place me anywhere on the starting area. It's just
I hate it.
that sucks.
We've said our piece about
Yeah.
Perdegaton. So yeah, it was no surprise. Honestly, when we wrote the category, it's like we know
Make it just
the
say
answer to this.
Perdegaton. Yeah, honestly.
Best sculpt.
Best sculpt, Ian.
This
Hold
one
on, hold on.
surprised me.
A lot of good sculpts this year, I have to say. All of the Colossals we got, Kong, all of the Jurassic League are really pretty cool. Like that Super Soar, Flash Raptor, really great sculpts. Of course, I voted for Major Logan. I think the big Sentinel head piece is really cool. I think it's really fun. All of the gods look really cool. It was a great year for sculpts. It really was.
I was between Phoenix, Wolverine, and Khonshu. And
Big
Simeon kind of
effects.
said this. The big effect sold me on it. But Khonshu is just so cool. I think part of the reason why I give so much to him, though, because I haven't seen him in Clix.
Oh, yeah, ever.
That's just something brand new. It's really cool. So Phoenix Wolverine was my vote, and honestly, that's what I thought was going to win, too, so that kind of influenced it.
Yeah.
And he ended up winning by a considerable margin. He had 42 votes.
Oh, nice.
And then second place...
A little more diverse in the votes. As we get into, like, best overall figure and, like, best sculpt, things like that, that don't feel as clear-cut as, like, main attacker, support, things like that. You do just see, like, oh, wow, high amount of votes might only be 30 or 40 because, like, you need to, like, get that consistency. Versus a lot of people can be all over the place on these categories, which is good. I like to see that.
Darkseid was number 2. So Phoenix Wolverine had 42. Darkseid had 27. Kong had 21.
Wow.
So even Kong getting a bronze medal there. This guy's Michael Phelpsing it up, dude. And then Major Logan had 20.
So close.
Which, to me, feels like a bit of a snub. The Major Logan sculpt, that should have been a top 3 in my opinion. Hidari Yao, had she had more time, I think could have been a top 3. But she's a relatively new
I will
figure.
agree. You see it in the bias of like voting and everything. It kind of comes down to what remains relevant in modern for the longest. And then also sets that came out at the beginning of the year get forgotten a little bit. And then kind of the middle of the year, but not at the end of the year is where the biggest focus is.
Chewy center.
Where it's new enough to where it's like, oh, I've been playing with this for the past few months, but not so new where it's like, oh, this just came out. I've only played with this for like a week or two, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, so like that's why there's very little Black Panther.
It has to be like a fan favorite character.
Yeah.
To have
it has to really stand out in order to like beat that kind of curse of like coming in way too early or way too late.
Because Phoenix Black Panther, I mean, his sculpt is insane too. Has a deity base as well. And he got like 9 votes.
Dang.
But...
Okay.
Personal opinion, Wolverine is cooler than Black Panther.
That's the big... I mean, oh, yeah.
Wolverine's costume selection is just... It's impossible to beat. He's got some of the best costumes, period, like, of superheroes.
No, I absolutely agree.
So
no, 100%.
It's tough to compete with a man like that.
Blue and yellow guy. Blue, yellow, black. Very much not quite first appearance, but right after first appearance Wolverine. Never been a tan. Never been tan and brown. I
love that one.
I don't get why people like the tan and brown, honestly.
It's just like... It's almost
simple.
Like a hunter costume.
I suppose so, yeah.
It's just good color.
Love the X-Force.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, getting a little off tangent, but like X-Force, black and gray is
another storyline as we get into the best overall figure, which was, again, a very close race with our man, Mr. Bananas, winning out with 49 votes.
49 votes.
Second place, Darkseid with 48. Like, Darkseid took second and third in 3 categories.
Yeah.
So...
Darkseid is, again, like a fan favorite character, like a cool big boss villain. He had a 6 sculpt. This is probably the best dial Darkseid's ever had. Has to be, you know? So, like, one of the coolest sculpts ever. One of, like, and he's big. Like, a sculpt is also, when a sculpt is just big, has more plastic.
People need to remember how excited they were for Kong when he released, too.
Yeah,
like,
very
again,
true.
that's our most, viewed video on Facebook, like, ever. Just him spinning on a...
That's wild.
Like, it's like a 10-second video of him just spinning on a...
That little rotator. Yeah.
The rotator disc thing. Whatever it's called. The Lazy Susan. Isn't
the Lazy Susan?
Called?
Yeah, it's like an automatic Lazy Susan.
It just sounds like a slur. Like that sounds like...
It's just because you're passing stuff around the table. Like, hey, wife Susan, can you pass me the pepper? And it's like, here you go. Spin it.
That just...
Susan, you're so lazy and innovative. I love you, babe.
That just sounds like... Sounds like you should get in trouble for saying
Lazy Susan?
Lazy Susan, yeah. Just seems like it's got a dark history that we've forgotten. Lazy Susan. I don't know. Feel dirty saying it.
Yeah.
But now I've said it like 3 times.
Well, I guess a good rule of thumb would be not say it anymore. Hopefully that phrase has no dark history associated with it whatsoever.
Just
it
blasted
does.
It probably does.
No, it does.
It does?
Yeah.
Oh.
Have you not seen Boondock Saints?
Anyways,
never mind. We'll get over it. I'll go put on my wife beater later, and we'll
exactly.
We'll talk.
The fact that that's the name of a shirt,
tank top.
Well, a tank top.
Yeah,
sorry.
but yeah, wife. But it's also called a wife beater. Yeah.
It's wild.
This is an insane aside right now.
Yeah, this is an insane aside. But anyway, like Darkseid is kind of
Darkseid. Darkseid just makes me act different. Lost to
Ronnie Coleman 6 years in a row.
Jay Cutler.
Yeah, Jay Cutler. Dude. So Darkseid he's going to come back next year.
Oh my gosh,
form, man. That's basically what happened to Darkseid.
That's
he was
so good.
Close, dude. He's Jay Cutler.
He just wants to be Mr. Olympia. He just wants to be. He just wants to be. He wants to be Mr. Olympia so bad. He just can't.
Kong was
do
very
it.
clearly Mr. Olympia this year, man. But anyway, the original point of this was to say, We were all very excited about Kong, and he dominated so hard that I think people soured on him a bit.
Yeah.
But a figure like that is still very exciting. Like, it's so cool that we have that in the game. So regardless of, like, meta potency.
Oh, I mean...
After Gen Con, I won't lie, I was like, jeez.
I'm tired of seeing this dude. Yeah, Gen Con, I was just like, I'm over it. All right, Kong, I'm over it. But yeah, like, and I said this on the live stream, too. Like, all the people that made, like, fun little costumes for Kong or put hats on him and stuff.
I did enjoy
We've had 1 million Colossals throughout the years. No Colossals ever had the grip on customization or whatever. I don't remember that Kong has, which is really cool.
I can't think
like,
of one.
It's like, yeah, I mean, it was just crazy. People put little Donkey Kong ties on them and stuff. It's really cute. And honestly, Godzilla's cool. I've always been a King Kong man, personally.
100%.
Yeah.
Godzilla was... I mean, I watched more like King Kong than Godzilla, for sure. Honestly, Godzilla is cool. Respect.
Of course.
Down with him.
No, I was never that into him either. And I feel like you got to be into the more like classic movies to be really into him. But I'm like, yeah, Peter Jackson's King Kong, great. Kong Skull Island, really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Fun,
Jack
good
Black.
time. Jack Black's in there. Loki's there. Tom Hiddleston's there. Brie Larson's there.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, it's a stacked cast. The guy that played Doctor Doom in the 2015 Fan 4-Stick movie is there. And he dies like right away. Yeah. No way, dude.
I had that game on DS.
Kong?
Skull Island.
That rocks.
It was actually pretty fun. I'm sure it was an awful game, and I was
Sure
just
as
like
heck might have
9,
been.
but...
Rampage?
Dude, Rampage balls.
Yeah, Rampage rules.
Honestly,
dude.
whenever we do decide to get another arcade game,
Oh,
because that will
man.
happen. I see that on the Facebook Marketplace. From
Rampage
time to
is a
time.
good one, dude. Not a good movie.
You know, some people collect art. This is our art.
Arcade cabinets
I love arcade
that
cabinets.
we bought one of so far.
Yeah, I love
I
them.
would like to buy more.
Having
I
that,
do.
just seeing that
I
every
also
day,
just, rules.
yeah, it just makes me happy.
Can't remember the last time I played it. Doesn't even matter actually.
It does not
I
matter.
just like turning it on and watching the screen go. Mm-hmm. Watching the Lee's top score of the X-Men.
The Marvel vs. Capcom 2 one, though,
Dude,
yeah, I'd play that.
that would be so
I already
sick.
know. But that one's like the most expensive one. Anyway, best map.
Best map.
It's one of those
I
episodes,
was worried.
guys, sorry.
I was worried if that best map would go to Brock's Bunker. I was just straight up Major Brock's Bunker. I did not want it to go to Major Brock's Bunker. I am sorry to the Majors, Jalen and Jay. Sorry, guys, but I did not want that map. The map is a cruel joke to have to play on.
Especially when you start adding the traffic cones.
Dude, exactly. That map is just miserable.
Or barrels.
And honestly, you know, I don't want to do a full aside about ROC maps. I don't like the mansion that much either. The mansion like hurts my head to look at. We need to quit. We need to just straight up say, hey, look, guys, no more walls on the rim of elevated terrain. We can stop this forever. That needs to never happen ever again. It is maybe one of the most annoying things you can ever do to a map is put a wall on the rim of elevated terrain. I hate it, especially on the rim and
I like
the bottom.
look of the mansion.
I like
think
the
it's a
look of
very
the mansion.
Cool looking map.
Yeah.
But I do agree with you that
But you can make. We've seen mansions in the past
restrictive.
where you can have space. Doctor Strange's mansion. It's not clustered and cluttered
map is
and
very
annoying.
cool.
It's just a cool map. Yeah, let's have just a cool map, not this clustered, cluttered map.
I
Again,
think it
sorry
would-
guys.
If that map won, I don't think that people were particularly like thrilled to play on Brock's Bunker, right?
They could admit that it was strong.
Yeah, they
But
could
it was
admit it
never
was a strong
fun.
map,
It wasn't
but
fun to go to.
there was a point in time before the banning of it at Worlds where you essentially had to have a game plan for this map, and that felt very much like probably one of my least favorite maps
Each
ever.
potential side.
The
Just,
Morlock tunnels, where it's like if your team can't function
Dude,
on this
I
map,
literally-
it's a bad team.
ugh.
And I don't like when that's the case. So having maps that are restrictive, that can reduce the ability for teams, come across the board, do things,
Yeah.
that's good. But when it's too much, I don't know. Like when I have to have an exact plan for how I'm going to move on a map, that's just not how I play.
Yeah.
Put me on Wayne Manor,
Please, dude.
where, you got the limousine on one side, the Corvette on the other. This map is like 14 years old at this point, and then you just meet up in the middle and start bashing.
Yeah.
So I
Heck
know
yeah,
some
dude.
people probably hate that, but
No, it's my
open maps greater than inside.
again, dude. WWE Arena Indoor, favorite map of all time.
Unless
it
I
has
was playing
nothing.
against Prime Batman.
I played
Then
Prime Batman on that map.
And I hated that map.
Oh yeah, baby. No, like literally. Oh, what's on it? Oh, there's hindering terrain. Anything else? No. Awesome. I love that. That's literally my favorite map of all
That's
time. Is
good.
nothing. Yeah, kind of. Just nothing. Just nothing's here. That's it. Favorite map ever. Don't put all this junk in my way. I want to bash you. I want to get to bashing. But yeah, okay. Like there's just
It was Bloodstone
Anyways,
Maze.
Bloodstone Maze won, though. I'm really happy about that. Brock's Bunker got 15.9% of the votes, and Bloodstone Maze got 26.9%. So I'm very happy with Bloodstone Maze. Bloodstone Maze is kind of like Hedge Maze, where after a while you're like, oh, geez, all these narrow corridors, but at least it's outdoors.
Yeah.
So, like, that's the big
I
difference.
never minded Hedge Maze, honestly.
I never hated it either, actually. It had nice little pockets that you could actually play the game in, which was cool, too. And just a lot of blocking. You know, you just had to choose some lines. You'd figure out how to move.
And then you had
I love
like
Hedge. I love
Hole,
Bloodstone Maze. Oh, dude, don't even. Ugh.
yeah, that's like
Ugh.
similar problem where it's like this is doors, this is windows, this is walls,
Miserable.
it's indoors, there's
Miserable,
like two squares
miserable,
you can walk
miserable.
through.
Just awful.
I don't get down with that.
No, not at all. But Bloodstone Maze, pretty dang
Yeah.
fun map. I like playing
like
on
that
it.
one.
I like the black and white aesthetic that, you know, that map and, of course, all the figures from, like, the Werewolf by Night special had. So I really loved it, and I'm really happy that it's the
what
one
I
that
voted
won.
for.
Yeah, it's also... It's not what I voted for. I did vote for, I think, High Noon Saloon, because I love the fact that that just came back into Modern. That rules.
That's
But yeah. Legacy card. A lot of good legacy cards this year.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of
A lot
bad
of
legacy
really-
cards this year.
Yeah,
you know,
it was
like
a
Massive
toss-up.
Time. Not great legacy cards. Deadpool Weapon X, a ton of good legacy cards. Almost like just amazing ones across the board.
Oh, yeah.
But also we had a set, next phase, that had no legacy cards. You know,
This
it's
is
kind of iffy.
It's a little
in
more
there.
limited this year, but
And then, of course, you get to Black Panther. We get like a couple of good legacy cards, a couple of whatever
Black
legacy
Panther
cards.
had, I think, some really
So
solid
really, I guess we only
ones.
had 3 sets of legacy cards this year. It's actually kind of crazy to think about.
I mean, the
Yeah, it
Chair
is a little
Panther
wild.
took it, which
Yeah, he was
I don't
dominant.
think anyone was surprised by.
It was between him and Starro.
Yeah.
And Chair Panther just ran away with it there towards the end with like an extra 20 more votes than
It was
Starro
like
did.
82
If I can
to
remember.
60.
It was crazy. It was crazy, crazy strong. So yeah, Chair Panther ran away, and I think that's a lot of hype. Like I said, like sometimes the newer stuff doesn't get as much focus. This was totally different. It's totally opposite of what I said there. Like
Well-
this was Chair Panther, who's so new, so hot.
And that's very because of,
But
like,
also,
very relevant to
There's
the
some
game
stuff.
at the moment.
Yeah, there's some
With
stuff you
every
gotta try to
team
take
having
out.
access to Beetlejuice, having a figure that can immediately deal with that, people are going to factor that in. Like almost, I mean, I did. The second I saw that, I was like, "Oh, that's incredible."
Yeah.
And that was even like prior to Beetlejuice. I was just
True.
happy to like, oh, you know, remove Cthon or Gods or whatever, butterfly options. Like all of that is super, super cool. So I think that when you're that instantly like relative, yeah, people are going to factor that in. And Starro, I mean, he did see a lot in Silver. I don't know. We'll see how he does in Modern. When you have things like Elsa Bloodstone who can swap in and prevent him from healing, you know, that it's a little more limited there. You have the new, the equipment that comes with Ulysses Bloodstone. who
The Bloodstone.
says- yeah, the Bloodstone. Wow.
That is really good. Just healing one less automatically across the board is also really good.
Yeah, just global things that reduce healing. That kind of shuts down
That
Starro.
piece is so fun, by the way. I played him like 2 weeks ago at our locals, and I was like, all right, guys, we cool if I play this? Come on, I've got it for my unboxing. They're like, yeah, sure, cool. He balls out so hard. Ulysses Bloodstone rocks, dude.
I'm really
oh, my
big
gosh.
like bigger than I should be. on
Literally
him.
so fun to play, though. Oh, he rocks.
The Deadpool-esque trait that he has that lets him like
It's
re-roll.
straight up. It really is just
Or
ridiculous regeneration.
Mm-hmm.
It rocks.
And yeah, his damage output's crazy. Like, I honestly think that he'll probably exist as a fringe figure, but I think that's something that can hold his weight in Modern. I think he's that good.
Yeah. No, I think it's totally fair.
So yeah.
Best Dial H video. Again, this year, I thought one of the best years ever for Dial H. I had a little spiel on the live stream, and I might get into it here in a little bit after we finish off the Clixys, but I thought we had a lot of good videos. I think all of the next phase stuff that we did, we just like knocked it out of the park, like blew it out of the water, right? Like we gave our all to next phase. It was our first chance, really anybody's first chance to preview something before Scott Porter, which means a lot, which is huge. So we really wanted to like do some really cool videos for you guys. I thought all of those were really good. Of course, the Peacemaker dance video was just a ton of fun and like a lot of work, but so worth it when it finally came together, because I rewatched that just opening of that video so many times. I love little Peacemaker dance. It was awesome. You know, we dipped our toes in a few other different like styles of content. Obviously, there was like a lot of live streaming we did throughout Worlds. We did some of the first ever live streaming at Gen Con. You know, we live streamed like a lot of Shaping Click stuff. We previewed a lot of really cool stuff, like previewing Kong, previewing like the Captain America Legacy card. And a lot of videos did really well, like the Jefferson team build. You know, Jefferson Bomb did well. The Timebreaker video is honestly one of my favorite videos that came out, and that was just me going, this is broken, what in the world, this is real, you know, and like that's it. That's it for 8 minutes, you know. But we had a lot of good videos. But of course, Ian, That Peacemaker dance just took
Oh,
it.
yeah,
It was so sick. It was just so sick. And like, I don't know,
fun.
it quickly became our intro to our podcast. I'm like, oh, well, why not just use this? This rules. It's a great intro. It rocks. Very iconic. If you have not seen the Peacemaker, like HBO Max show,
Yeah, you should
and you're
watch
like
that. If you
18 years
haven't.
or older, go watch it. It's literally
Never
so
skip
good.
the intro. The intro is so
Never
good.
do. Oh,
I
never
don't know
do.
if that's ever happened with a show. Like, the intro was just that good. The music slapping.
I used to not skip like the Daredevil intro because it was like really short, like the wax city or the city getting covered in blood or
Yeah,
whatever.
everything, like,
right?
drips to red, yeah.
But then after a while, I'm like, I get it, Daredevil. Even that one, I'm like, I get
All
it.
right, I gotta go watch the episode where Karen has like a side arc for 2 episodes.
Side
or
arc and
whatever.
she yells at some random
She
person.
crashes
or-
her car.
Yeah.
Not a filler episode.
No,
Definitely
totally not a filler episode. The episode where like
so much filler in that show. I
Matt-
like that show.
Matt and Foggy just talk for like the entire episode. They talk on his couch.
Yeah.
That's not a filler episode.
No,
No.
definitely not.
I love Daredevil. It's probably one of my favorite Marvel shows literally ever.
But
there is a lot of filler.
Agree with you,
Yeah.
but yeah, a lot of filler.
There's a lot of filler.
Some terrible child actors too.
You're specifically talking about the child actor of Bullseye.
That one, yes.
Okay, that's what I assumed.
Angered me. Oh my gosh, just complete like I get it. It's a
Kingpin's child
kid.
actor? Thoughts?
Better.
Better.
Well, those scenes were brutal too.
They
Oh
were.
my
No, they were
gosh.
dark. They're
But the
crazy
Bullseye
dark.
stuff was just, gosh. Yeah, I remember just watching.
Anyways.
That, like, having to fast forward through it because I'm like, I can't. Sorry, kid. I'm sure you'll turn out great.
I'm sure he'll be really good here. He's probably like a teenager or something
I think it's
now.
also because the story for Bullseye was like so dumb too. Like he kills a guy with a baseball. Sorry, spoilers.
Dude.
You
You just ruined
took me
Daredevil
out.
for
I
so
know.
many people.
I'm so sorry, guys.
You just ruined a show that came out in 2015.
Is this
almost-
episode even about Heroclix?
It is. No, it's totally about Heroclix, man.
It is.
What do you mean? Yeah. Anyways, that was the Clixys. If you want to have, again, like a lot more fun, a lot more X, Y, and Z with it and get to see like what we were doing live and everything, make sure to check out the live stream. It is just up on YouTube now. It's a great watch, guys, but that is kind of a quick rundown, a quick like behind the scenes and everything. And of course, if you're getting a little bit of FOMO, which you absolutely should be getting some FOMO if you didn't like watch the Clixys live, because we gave out a ton of prizes courtesy of WizKids, guys.
Yes,
we
did.
asked them, we were like, hey, you know what? We're going to do the Clixys again this year. We would really love to give out a ton of cool prizes for just people that voted. Last year, the only prize we had for voting was Genesis Napok, right?
We had some Scott Porters.
Oh,
we
sure.
Had
we had a handful of
some-
things.
Yeah, just some
But like
things
the
that we
biggest thing
had.
was like having a Genesis,
Genesis
Napok.
APOC.
And this time it was like bricks, cases of like Massive Time, Black Panther, Deadpool,
Some
Weapon
iconic
X,
stuff,
a bunch
yeah.
of icon, dude, so much iconics. Like it rules. We even got a little bit of some Battle Gnomes, some Bigfoots, and some George Washingtons, which were exclusive to buying things off their shop.
Yeah.
So this was like probably the only other way I know of to get those figures, besides
Yeah.
like maybe prizing in some events that I was unaware of. But yeah, so a lot of cool prizes. And again, thank you so much, WizKids, for giving those to us. We could give those away. So yeah, make sure next year, it's always going to be near the end of November. Yeah, remember this a year from now, please. 9-ish months, 10-ish months, whatever from now. Mid to late November, we're going to have voting up, depending on like set releases and stuff, because we want it to all be for things that are modern. And then, of course, we're going to do a big giveaway near the end of December, post-Christmas, pre-New Year's, is
Yep.
what we always try to shoot for the Clixys. So just for reference, if you're writing it down. And, of course, we have to actually talk about Superfan. We cannot skip
Wow.
over that. Absolutely can't skip over that. Again, guys, this happens starting tomorrow. Tomorrow is January 1st, now that it is December 31st, as we are recording in the middle of the night, which
Oh, yeah,
rules.
it's no
rocks.
longer-
It's no longer December 30th when we started recording. It's now December 31st. Anyways, tomorrow, January 1st, is when we're going to start being like, all right, so who are the members of the community that are not only active on like Dial H videos, Dial H podcasts, commenting on our stuff, interacting with our Facebook posts, but also just good members and like super great people in the community. And also like the way you play the game, the way you build, the way you act. Like, are you a player that like finds yourself winning fellowship? Are you someone who's very nice and cordial to other players? Are you like, a good guy to be around? And are you like a unique player? Do you build unique teams or do you just copy and paste the meta? We prefer a lot of unique building, of teams. That's how like Ian and I play. It's how Dial H has kind of always played teams. It's kind of off meta, more unique kind of stuff. Kind of, be an innovator, not an imitator type of deal. And so that's what we like to see. So again, and then also just like, if you've been just a great member of the community, and of course, in like the Dial H sphere of things, that's how you kind of get in the running for Superfan. Miles, like, constantly talked to him throughout the year. He was constantly making really cool teams. He was always just like a bright, like, joy to be around. He was always a ton of fun. He could always be real with the guy. Like, Miles was just always a great hang, always a fun dude. And just hilarious. Obviously, everything he's doing over on Generation Clix is some of the funniest Heroclix content that I've seen in forever. Like, it's so good. So Miles has just been such a great friend and such a great like member of the community that it felt like like, of course Miles wins Superfan.
Fully transparent with his builds. He's like, try to beat it.
Yeah, that rocks.
Very confident in everything he does as well.
He is.
This team can't lose. It's like, how's Worlds going for you this year? I'm 0-3. Only played against my counters.
It's pretty funny.
He's like, I'm playing a team that doesn't roll dice, just like it was like the War of the Realms, Chase Human Torch, and like Leapfrog and stuff. And I was rooting for him, but sorry to just out you like that too, Miles.
Yeah, it's pretty savage, Ian.
Yeah, I love people who build outside the meta. Like he built, I doubted him. Here's an example of it: the politician theme that got top 16 at Worlds.
That rocks.
That played Legacy Green Lantern
at full
points with Mern. And then, just sniping people through walls. Just insane. Like, this team made no sense to me. And Miles was adamant. He goes, no, it's like an insanely good team. I was like, I just don't believe you. I feel like this team just gets cracked. And then, on that day of Worlds where top 32 was going down, I remember walking by that table and just being like, how? Like, what? So that's an example of Miles just infinite drive to go outside the box. And I love that. That rocks.
Absolutely. So guys, that was the Clixys. You're not going to want to miss it next year. It's going to be huge. Next year, no, not quite. Okay, I was trying to think. If we're on episode 547, not quite a year from now, would we be on episode 600, and would that be the Clixys? Probably not quite ish.
That'd be wild, though.
That would be wild.
Maybe we'll make it happen.
I would like push the Clixys into sometime in 2026, which is disgusting to think about. Yeah,
I'll be 30 in 2026.
All right, guys. Anyways, here's some listener questions.
Scary.
Don't even want to think, dude. Don't even say that. Ugh.
Oh wait, no, I won't. I'll be 29.
I'll be 29.
Okay.
Yeah. I was like, no way.
For a second.
30 and 20. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's still 2024.
Yeah.
Okay. We got scared there for a second, folks.
Imagine being 30.
I know.
Yikes. Ugh.
Yeah, sorry.
Now that we've alienated over half our listener base, we're going to answer some listener questions. These are all coming from our Patreon, guys. You hear me plug the Patreon every week. For as little as $5 a month, you get access to our awesome Patreon-exclusive Discord. You get to hang out with us in the voice chat from time to time. There's someone in it right now. There were a bunch of people actually in it earlier, just hanging out, chatting. So if you want a great Heroclix community, if you want to have a great time with us, the hosts of Dial H for Heroclix, if you want to go and enjoy monthly giveaways, and then, of course, get some really sick action tokens, which, we've been sending out actually here soon. A lot of these people that won also are Patreon members, like Miles, also Patreon member. I think Will Holland, who won the random 4 Battle Gnomes, is like a Patreon member, which is really funny. So like a lot of that stuff's getting shipped out. So a lot of really cool action tokens and just really fun stuff that we do on Patreon is there. So if you want to support us, everything that we do, if we bring any level of like enjoyment to your life, toss a coin to your Witcher, toss a buck or two. It's all good. If not, just comment, support, subscribe, like the videos, leave reviews on iTunes and whatnot. Leave a 5-star review. That's another way to support us for free. But these are all coming from Patreon. And Bill asks, when Calder watches Jingle All the Way, my favorite Christmas movie, which I didn't watch this year actually, does it depress him that he didn't have a Captain America mural on his bedroom wall as a child? Well, actually, Bill, I had a Captain America fat head on my bedroom wall, which is still there in my childhood home. So, no, I did not get depressed when I watch Jingle All the Way because I also just have a giant Captain America. Yeah, I'm stunting. Bill asks, to piggyback off the last question, Detroit-style pizza is made in a pan. is Chicago-style pizza made in a pot. It is so deep. We have nothing.
Style
I got
pizza
nothing
made
nice.
in like a mud pit.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
I don't know.
I'm a certified Chicago-style pizza hater at the moment. I'm willing to give it another chance.
I've been a Chicago-style pizza hater since 2019, and I'm waiting for that to change. 2018, actually. Wow. For 6 years now.
Detroit-style pizza, incredible. Absolutely
I just think of that as just deep, like, pan
Dude,
pizza.
it's so good.
It's really good.
But man, Chicago style,
It's
I
just
don't know.
little rectangle pizza. I didn't even know it was Detroit style.
Had it twice this last year, and both times.
Other places will sell
just-
Detroit style pizza. No one
Yeah.
else but in Chicago I've found make Chicago style pizza. I shouldn't say so clean cut, like, but it's
No,
probably
you're
not
not
true.
wrong.
But like, I don't know, dude. It's a chore to eat. Too much. It's just like it's not pizza. It's weird lasagna.
It's too much. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's too much.
Just don't like it.
Willing to have my opinion changed, though. Let me be clear. But the recommendations that we have been given have not changed my opinion yet. So
Right. Izone Bill goes on to ask, should all major tournaments be double elimination post-cut? Should they reseed after each round? Seems like it would help avoid one bad dice game preventing you from winning a tournament. And worst case scenario, it only adds one extra game to the length of tournaments for organizers. Man, I've seen tournaments fall behind in schedule. I've seen them get ran so many different ways.
I like the idea.
I like
but,
the idea. Give it a shot. But the idea of like sometimes, some days, adding one extra game is impossible. Like just straight up, we saw that kind of at Worlds. We saw that I've seen it in local tournaments, all sorts of stuff. So I would love to see it. If it can be like fleshed out in this idea, I would love to see it. Give it a try. Do any other games play it this way? I'd be curious to know.
Probably.
I could see
There's been
that.
some like Magic invitationals that have done double elimination.
Yeah. I just don't know. I've never played. I've never
very
gone to a
high-end
tournament
tournaments.
for any other style of game that's had like the same level of people that Heroclix has. So I'd be interested in hearing or like seeing it, I suppose. Bill asks, should there be a one-shot that works similar to Ordinary Day? Something along the lines of 5 points, turn a single opposing one-shot face down. Yeah, actually, that would rock.
I'm gonna say no to this one.
No?
Yeah,
Because
because
now it's just I counterplay or counterplay and everybody plays Ordinary Day?
well, there's that, and then also there's the level of like I go first, so I could turn yours off,
Oh,
and then
sure.
it cancels out, which is like
Then I can just be
think that's
playing the
lame.
one that, yeah.
Or we both have one. There's one other broken card or something. All right, your rivalry's gone. Okay, your rivalry is gone. Or
then that's
your
it.
rivalry is gone, and now I'm going to use mine. I know you can't use rivalry in that instance, but something that's like, I'm going to shut yours off, use mine turn one.
Then I suppose I'll say this. I would like a character that can deal with one-shots, an
I'm down with
anti-one-shot
that.
character. Maybe not a one-shot that says, okay, bye, but like a character that you have to main force and play on field, whether that be a Black Panther, legacy-style figure, or like does it automatically at the beginning of the game, or somebody that has to do something in the middle of the game. Like when I hit an opposing character, I get to flip down your one-shot, something like that. I would like to see some more of that. Basically, anytime they introduce some form of mechanic, like when they introduce the gods, or these one-shots, I like to see a counter to that same mechanic, honestly, in the same set. Like, I wish Next Phase had some stuff that was, like, anti-god, like removing some kind of exorcist, removing these possessors, right? Like, getting rid of them. Like, I do like, there's, like, some anti-equipment stuff with, like, Elsa Bloodstone and everything, or anti-healing. That's really cool. But it felt like it took forever to get an anti-healing answer, when healing was super prominent with, like, Carnage Surfer, with Spider-Man, right? It wasn't until those things were gone that there was, like, an answer to them, or almost gone, where there was an answer to them, right? So, a lot of things like one-shots and other stuff like this, I like to see an answer or a counter to those things in the same set, personally.
Another thing, too, with that is like, Ordinary Day was a battlefield condition. You could only play one battlefield condition. So, like, that, playing Ordinary Day was, like, the slot cost for this. Whereas this is an addition as opposed to, like, the thing I'm using. So, it being costed in that manner, I also don't love. I just think it would lead to, like, okay, we're both turning off probably the same thing. And at that point, it's like, why does thing exist? If we created thing, why do we need thing to say, like, thing can't exist? Because more than likely, it would probably be used for the same thing over and over, which I think is boring.
Sure.
So,
Tyler M. asks, if we were to get a first appearance Green Lantern Iconics, which lantern would you guys pick?
I'd be happy with any of them except for, like, one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? Which one, Ian?
Genuinely.
Genuinely?
Mm-hmm. I don't like him, dude. But no, in all honesty,
He's cool.
If I got to pick,
He's
it would be
cool.
Alan Scott. Give us more like Golden Age
What's
stuff.
his first appearance? Him on the I-beam, right?
Yeah, the girder.
thing? Yeah,
No,
okay.
I-beam is right.
Yeah, it's an I-beam, yeah.
Is that the
It's
same
an
thing?
I-beam.
A girder and an I-beam?
No, don't ask me. It's an I-beam, though. He's definitely on
it's
an
on
I-beam.
an I-beam. I know what that is now.
Yeah.
I didn't know why they called it that for the longest time.
It's in the shape of an eye.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. I just assumed, I-beams, yeah.
Yeah, man, I-beams.
You know, and I was on the job site with all my boys.
Looking at them I-beams.
Yeah, look at I-beams.
So, like, I can think of every main Green Lantern's first appearance cover except for, like, Jon Stewart's. I don't know what his looks
is.
like. But I know, like, Guy's is him, like, stomping on, like, Hal, which is baller and sick, and Guy rules. And Guy Gardner's just, like, one of the coolest, most diverse, interesting characters in the world.
You just like guys with bowl cuts.
I don't know. Where does, like, that...
Rock Lee, of course he's just...
That was so funny. That was not even what I was thinking. The cool thing about Rock Lee is he has, like, no, like...
Is that he has a bowl cut,
He has,
yeah.
like... No, he's just really strong. He doesn't really have any powers or anything. That's interesting, you know? He's just, like, trains hard, and he, like, is really strong. That's cool, right? Okay, what's Hal doing on his... He's, like, stopping a missile, right? That's his first appearance?
Yeah.
He's, like, there's some, like, yellow missile or whatever. It's, like, that's an iconic cover.
It doesn't necessarily have to be, like, the cover.
No, it doesn't have to be
either.
the cover. I think if you do a first appearance Green Lantern, it kind of has to be Hal Jordan, Alan Scott, I feel like.
Yeah.
Even
I would
with
agree
my,
with
like,
that.
bias toward Guy Gardner as the best Green Lantern, you know, like, it has to be Hal Jordan,
I can think
Alan
of an
Scott.
iconic moment with Guy Gardner they could do.
Oh, whatever. Whatever, dude.
A certain slapping.
No.
Yeah, you could do, like, an all-yellow dial. Like, when he's in the... doesn't he do that, too, to him? Where he, like, walks into the room and it's, like, an all-yellow room. It's like,
That
"Don't
happens
try me."
to, Hal Jordan.
Oh, that's to Hal.
Batman does that to Hal Jordan.
Oh, gosh.
Batman and Robin, like, cover themselves in mustard or paint
I would
themselves
also
gold.
love that.
That would rock. That'd be aw- I was waiting for that to
Just
happen as like an
Batman
action
stunting?
figure, honestly. It's hilarious. Like
But yeah,
the-
Alan Scott for sure.
when he's got to fight a pencil and gets stabbed by a pencil or something. I think Hal Jordan gets stabbed by a pencil at one point. Maybe that's totally making that
I
up.
don't know. My
Yeah.
comic knowledge on the Green
Anyway.
Lanterns is a bit limited, I won't lie. I love them.
The early stuff's tough, but, you know, anything that's like Blackest Night, Brightest Day, it's like,
Yeah,
I
all
know
that.
that.
I was gonna
you know,
say, I know that.
Lantern War stuff, yeah.
The goofy stuff, though.
You know,
now.
the goofy, yeah.
But
The
Alan Scott, we've already gotten like a first appearance of.
Yeah, it's DC 75th, yeah.
He's very much in the same pose.
I don't know if
so-
there's a Hal Jordan in that kind of his first appearance pose. But if you did like the four main like Earth Lantern, I couldn't even tell you what Kyle's first appearance comic looks like. Probably some 90s just garbage, just horrible, over-designed, just comic cover.
Yeah, don't love Kyle.
Yeah.
We can at least see eye to eye on that. I don't hate him.
I don't hate
Don't
him. He's
love
just
him.
like he's just too 90s, dude. Nice.
I just
Yeah,
hate- we
I've
just
got
both
nothing-
don't like his
I just
mask.
don't. I just don't. His mask is so clunky and
So
gross
fat.
to look at. It's just ugh.
So yeah, there's your answer, Tyler.
Yeah. Yeah. Captain Awesome asks, can the host please name their top 10 chase themes? Up until Black Panther, geez, it's a lot.
That is quite a bit.
So let's just rip off a couple of chase themes that I really like. I think the first ever chase theme where I was like, oh, this rules was from Invincible Iron Man. All the Iron
one was
Men
cool.
throughout time. I love that chase theme. I think that's really cool.
Man, I can fire off a couple of mine.
Yeah, dude, let some rip.
First one that I like really went crazy for was the blue dial Batman chase set, the Batman set one with all the like Green Lantern Batman, the Suit of Sorrows Batman, the outside or the Insider, the Superman Batman, like Superman disguised as Batman. I love that. The Entities easily up there. That's a top 3 for me. Sue me. I love the Masters of Evil. I think they're sick.
Yeah, dude, gross.
The Phoenix Force 5 was super awesome as well. Like, oh my gosh, the sculpts on that was crazy. Another one for Calder, the Zombies.
Oh, duh. Oh, my gosh. Yeah. As
Both
I'm
sets of
scrolling,
zombies.
both sets of zombies are easy top chases. They're like, I love them so much. Oh, my gosh. Did not do, of course, the OG set of zombies. Oh, my gosh. Supernova Zombies. That's got to be, like, up there, if not, like, number 1. It's pretty
I like the
awesome.
Flash set chases. Like, I wouldn't say it's in my...
Yeah.
It could be in my top 10, I guess. The Trinity of Sin, though, is really, really cool.
I don't own all of these. The Avengers Assemble chases, the alternate versions of like the main 6 like movie Avengers, King Thor, End of the World Hulk, Captain America with the Nova helmet, all that stuff. Goliath, Hawkeye, Rick Jones. I love those chases.
The Dooms. The
Of
Dooms
course,
are sweet.
of course.
World's Finest. I mean, the KC figures.
Yeah.
Always been a sucker for those. I still don't own, like, oh gosh, a majority of them, honestly. I'm waiting to get a KC Green Lantern, but I'm not paying $100 for it. It's so crazy how expensive he is. Man, the animated series, I got to give a shout out to the Super Friends. Those have probably been the chases I have played the most out of any chase set I've
that's
owned.
kind of cop out. Come on, Ian.
I mean, the Super Friends?
Yeah, what do you mean? You just throw them on the freaking sideline?
No, I main force.
Oh, okay. I was like,
no,
I play them the most. Yeah, of course. You can put them on every team for free.
30-point Green Lantern was a beast.
Goodness
oh
gracious.
My gosh. Going in with Flash, even though so many people had sidestep or wing power weak. Oh, man. The Hawkman, too, just being able to in-cap people was a lot of fun. Got to give a mention to Wonder Woman 80th.
Yeah.
The Green Lantern set
I would say
super
specifically, like, the Lantern chase theme in Wonder Woman 80th, I love. Can't forget SVAC, though.
Yeah.
The unique chases that are, like, totally made-up characters. Freaking Gwen of Arc is hilarious. Spider 1776, a menace, but he rules. I love him. I love him so much.
Post-errata, people just gave up on him.
People gave up, and he's still so dope. He's still so sick. So I love that chase theme.
The Notorious Deceased chases, I'm also a huge fan of.
They were sick.
I still need Wonder Woman, but almost have that set complete. Almost completed the Black Lanterns as well. Need a Martian Manhunter there, and we're done. So yeah, I don't know. I'd say the chase theme that I went out of my way to collect the hardest, which financially, didn't make a whole lot of sense, just buying these on the secondary market, like, immediately, was the Doom chases.
Yeah, that's nuts. Goodness gracious.
I was like, I have to own these immediately.
Shout out the GOAT Chaos War.
That was a lot of fun.
Sick chase theme, dude. Just all the duo Avengers and villains and stuff.
That one was
so
really cool.
sick. Yeah, lots. I think there was like 10 in there somewhere. Maybe just shy of 10. Pretty dang good. He goes on to also ask, can they name their top 10 legacy card sets? This is a little bit more narrow. There's not that many sets
of legacy cards.
We've had 4 years of legacy cards. Fantastic.
Future Foundations was our first.
Oh, Future Foundations. We have 3 years of legacy cards, actually. Wow, it seems.
I mean, my favorite set of them is the Summer OP that had Thanos, Doctor Doom again, Lockjaw, Redshift, Airwalker, Mole Man. That they were all like really, really solid, and they all gave a really good homage to the original character design. Which I really enjoyed. I thought those were super fun. The legacy cards for which set was it? Batman Team Up definitely had some of the most star-studded.
That might be my favorite set of legacies. I love that.
Was my favorite piece in Modern for years, dude. It was so good. Atrocitus was really cool. The Mission Point Riddler had some uses.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he did.
Green Lantern was obviously a menace. The Chief was a ton of fun to build
was
themes
awesome.
with.
Shout out my boy Niles Calder.
Joker was sweet.
Love that piece.
That was probably the best legacy set we've seen.
I loved Wheel of Vengeance legacy cards. Two Gun Kid. I'm a big fan of Man-Thing, Howard the Duck. Of course, Daredevil. I thought what they did with Jack-O-Lantern was really funny, really unique. Obvi Jennifer Kale going from one of the worst pieces ever to one of the best support pieces ever is really cool. Even if they did do what's his face, Ghost Rider from Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man, so dirty. They did him absolutely so dirty.
They did do him dirty,
insanely dirty. But it was cool to see him come back. But I love Wheels of Vengeance as like a legacy card set.
A60 had some standouts as well. The Ant-Man.
It did. I liked the unique use of Avengers Prime. I liked the way they brought back Squirrel Girl.
Squirrel Girl too.
I did like to see that Captain America come back, Shield bounce cap. That was really cool. I love that Ultron. Oh my gosh. Yeah, A60 is a great legacy set.
Black Panther is also a pretty solid standout. Like, I know that might be recency bias.
Yeah.
But again, like the Chair Panther, just nuts. It's cool to have Josiah X back.
I do love Josiah X coming back. That rules.
I think Pluto is actually a lot more playable than people have given him.
Dude, I used to play this Pluto all the time.
I did too,
which is so funny that he got a legacy.
Yeah,
man.
You
literally used to play it all the time, man.
We bought a case of this set, and Pluto was one of my favorites when we were just jamming with the set. The Seth is awesome.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, no kidding, dude.
I don't I don't want to say like, oh, Ironheart is like amazing, but I think she's like pretty solid. She's
yeah,
not
pretty solid.
Yeah, she's not going to be like running tables, but she's not bad either. Like a solid legacy pick.
And honestly, it's early to say.
Odin too.
I gotta be honest, the Collector's Trove might be one of my favorite legacy card sets ever too.
It's only
slight
6.
bias in that, but I love that M10 Iron Man is back and functions similarly. That's really cool. I
He's
like
good,
that
too.
Nick. I was scared when they said Nick Fury was coming back. I was like, no, please.
Yeah,
it was
don't
like
do this.
Fortunate Sons playing in the background. I'm getting Vietnam era flashbacks to just PTSD if having to play against that piece all the time. And it's like kind of fun. He like makes little bystanders and he hands out his ability, like how he let Winter Soldier be the man on the wall and all that stuff. It's really cute. So I really like that. Obviously, biased. Matt Reed, Spencer White, and my like legacy card. Captain America's in that set, and I think he balls out. I think he's freaking awesome. I think he's so sick. He's an endgame reference. It's really cool that they let us do that. And then I love that collector. And I just like, and the Moloch Man's pretty cool. Again, another one where it's like, no, please don't.
Yeah.
Please don't make him.
Don't return.
Please don't. And it's like, oh, no, this is kind of neat. I actually really am just, I think the Collector's Trove Legacy set is really strong so far, and I really like it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The only one we haven't seen as of now is the Captain Marvel, which I enjoyed playing that figure
That could be another one. Well, you know what? Even back in her day, I wasn't like, oh, no, you're playing Captain Marvel. You was like, nah, that's cool. Like, she's
You're right,
just strong.
I'm not playing Captain Marvel. I'm playing Jason Wingard.
True.
Flirkin' illusion.
True.
It's a Flirkin' illusion, man. Yeah.
That's funny.
No, I did play Captain Marvel though, and I had some fun with her.
Yeah.
Gosh, she's crazy good. So, but yeah, I think that's a good chunk of the legacy cards that I enjoyed.
And then James goes on to ask our last question here. If The Rock ever came to his senses and pressured WizKids to Clix his cinematic universe, by the way, the movies he chooses are hilarious. Baywatch, Rundown, Red One, and Jumanji, etc. What would be your auto includes? Also, why would Kevin Hart be the most in need of an errata? Yeah, he's in need of an errata so he can be elevated 2, instead of being
I don't want this.
No, I don't want a Rock Heroclix set.
I don't need The Rock anywhere near something that I enjoy. Because he
agree.
will ruin it.
Yeah.
Red One, was that not like one of the worst?
I think it was supposed to be I think people collectively agree that it was really bad.
Yeah.
Which makes me want to watch it. It's got Chris Evans. Like, my boy, my man, Chris Evans. All right, I'll watch it. I'll watch a bad Christmas movie. There's already a million bad Christmas
I'm trying
movies.
to think
What's
of
one
something
more?
I enjoy that The Rock was in.
I love Rundown. And you know what else?
I haven't seen Rundown.
Oh, you've never seen... Oh, Ian. Look up Rundown right now and look at the second lead character in Rundown, the second lead actor.
Is it Wesley Snipes?
No. It's even better than that. It's even better.
Oh.
We should watch... we should watch
Sean
Rundown.
William Scott.
Sean William Scott, Ian.
So to fill you guys in, Sean William Scott is like, for us, the face of like, oh, this is going to be like a bad early 2000s movie. This movie is what, 2003? There you go.
Yeah.
But so many movies this guy's in, he's like the same dude in every movie too.
Oh, The Rock or Sean William Scott?
Sean William Scott.
Yeah, Sean William Scott's the same character
Kind
in
of
every
the same
movie.
guy every time. And
Role models, same guy as like
kinda the
in
same
Rundown.
guy.
Yeah.
Bulletproof Monk.
Wow.
That movie was
Hey, he was at least kind of different in The
rough.
Goon.
Okay, that movie I enjoyed actually.
Yeah,
The
I
Goon
love
was
The
good.
Goon, dude. That
was
movie
a good
rocked.
movie.
We should actually unironically watch Rundown. You know what else is in Rundown? The King of New York.
Christopher Walken.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Oh, speaking of the King of New York, yeah, James, we'll answer your question in a moment here. I was telling my parents, we were talking about movies. I was like, I honestly think Christopher Walken is like one of my favorite actors of all time. His filmography is a bit limited, honestly, for like more recent
it's
stuff.
okay.
Because a lot of his stuff is like he makes an appearance.
Yeah.
And he doesn't get like lead roles frequently.
That's true, actually.
If you look through, there's actually, you'll be a little surprised. But so I brought up The King of New York. I was like, Frank White's the man. They're like, we never saw that one. I was like, really? And then they watched it that night. They're like, that movie was so good. I was like, how
So
do you
good.
not know
It really was so good.
So again, another reminder, watch The King of New York. But I was telling them about the opening scene. I was like, what Calder and I like to do is go, oh, I'm in jail.
I'm in jail.
I don't like this. Oh, I'm being let out. And then I told them, I was like, you got to watch Suicide Kings too then. So they watched that as well. And they're just like, I just love him. And I was like, I know, he makes
So
the movie.
good. So
So it's
good.
weird that he doesn't have as many leads as he does. At least like, I know he's older now, but even like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So anyways, The Rock, who, again, yeah, him. And then I also, like Kevin Hart, What's crazy, here's a hipster moment for you. I found Kevin Hart on Comedy Central at like 3 in the morning when I was like 12. And I was like, holy crap, this guy's so funny. He's so amazing. I love this guy. Next day at school, I'm telling everybody about like Kevin Hart. Like, you got to watch this comedian. And to all my friends, they're like, wow, like Kevin Hart is amazing. And then over the course of like 5 years, just worse. To the point where like his stand-up specials now, like his most recent thing on Netflix, the thing he did over COVID, where he's like in his mansion doing a set or whatever. I don't get it. Like, how do people enjoy this? I don't know.
Hey, man, I'm sure that's so funny.
He's a broken record. Like, he's a caricature of himself. So, yeah, Kevin Hart would need an errata.
To be funny.
Man, what is a movie The Rock has been in that I have seen and enjoyed? DC League of Super Pets. We watched that one.
No, did not like that one.
You didn't like that
Pretty
one?
bad. Did you? We cleaned the entire movie. We barely watched that movie. We cleaned.
Free Guy. That movie was not.
I hated Free Guy. If you actually liked Free Guy, you can just.
I feel like this is kind of a hater episode, but you know, sometimes that's the vibe.
I like Rundown.
Skyscraper. That was such a bad movie.
I remember when I saw the trailer for Skyscraper, and I'm like, is this like a fake movie trailer? This is such a stereotypical. Like,
I watched it because I had similar.
Yeah, I'm like, this has to be like fake. Is this like an ad for something? Yeah.
Oh, Central Intelligence. Never watched
that one. Was so bad.
But
no, that movie was so bad, dude. Oh my gosh.
I'm looking through.
Fat Kid Rock could be like a Ultra Chase, Fat Kid Rock.
Sue me, I don't like the Fast and Furious. It's not my cup of tea.
Believe it or not, listener, I've never seen them.
Yeah, that's okay. I've seen enough to know that it's not for me. So
fair enough.
If you like those,
you're not fast, you're not furious. You don't like some fast cars, drinking Michelob Ultra.
You got a fast car. I've got 7 bad movies with The Rock in it. I think that's the lyrics.
Something like that. Yeah, you're a pretty good country
guy.
I'm
deep. I'm at 2010 right now. We're still scrolling. The Other Guys, that movie rocks.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. But he dies in like, right
spoiler. Away. He's the
first 5 minutes.
Spoiler.
Yeah,
I guess. Yeah,
so there you go. There is a Get Smart was like that movie.
He's like a side character in that one though. It's kind of a dumb, funny movie. Get Smart's fun.
It was like enjoyable.
Yeah. When he gets like shot in the ear though in that training, it looks so painful.
Tooth Fairy. Ooh.
Tooth Fairy Cinematic Universe, though, if they do the second Tooth Fairy with Larry the Cable Guy, then maybe you have me. The sub-themes in the set are really about the bad sequels, somehow worse movies that The Rock isn't in.
Yeah, I've looked through everything that is popping up on IMDb. I think my conclusion is correct. I don't like The Rock.
There's some meme of The Rock where it's like a picture of him from Rundown. It's like Rundown's like in a jungle, right? And then there's like Jungle Cruise, which obviously in a jungle. Then there's Jumanji, which is like in a jungle. And it's like these are 4 different movies. And he just looks the same. You know, it's like dude in a t-shirt, like dude in a shirt
guy.
In like the jungle.
He's the same guy.
So yeah.
Even when he was Black Adam, he was pretty much the same
Wow,
guy.
how did I not think of Black Adam? Obviously Chase Black Adam. Ultra Chase Black Adam.
No, this set should never happen. Ever. I don't know.
Not James, even talking about this in reference to Heroclix.
What would be your auto includes? As if I have some like question, like ones like, oh, maybe this
I don't know. Movie. Yeah, dude.
I'm not trying to hate either.
I know he makes a great appearance in the Page movie, but I don't know. That's just too meta. You can't have Rock as The Rock in this. No. You know, Rock. I want, you know what? Rock from Hannah Montana or Rock from Sweet Life of Zack and Cody when he appeared on those shows.
Okay.
Shifting focus, Disney Channel, The Rock. That's what okay. Final answer.
Auto include.
Rock, yeah, auto include. Hannah Montana, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. That's a Raven. He was on one more show. I don't remember what it was. Yeah, shifting focus, The Rock. That's what I want. Mm-hmm. Where between
the booster art for this being like a bunch of pictures of The Rock.
Like that Scarian shirt.
And then Kevin Hart's on top of the booster with a surprised face, and he's like the hinted at Ultra Chase.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I think this is a hard pass for me, James. Wow, I didn't realize I didn't like The Rock this much. I knew I didn't like him.
Until
but now I know. Now I've looked. Yeah, not for me.
Now we know. Well, that's
the end of the Heroclix show.
That's the end of the. Someone should, if anyone wants to listen to this podcast and like start and stop a timer when we don't talk about like how much of this podcast We're an hour and 13-ish minutes in. How much of this was actually Heroclix? I'd be really
I'll set like the over-under at like
curious to know.
25 minutes.
25 minutes was Heroclix?
Probably.
Dang.
You know, so
That seems...
that's what it felt like.
Okay, fair enough.
From the perspective of the person, half the person, or half the
Well,
people talking.
well, listener, next time that we talk to you, next time we do a podcast, it'll be 2025. So let us know. Send in to
you
Dial
won't
H
hear
for
from us
Heroclix.
for a whole year.
Yeah, see
Calder.
it. Let's see you next year. See you next year. I can't wait to leave work tomorrow and say see you next year. That's gonna rule. Actually, that's gonna be actually so
It's
fun.
gonna rock.
Dial H for Heroclix is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, where you find cool stuff in stock every day, including all the latest Heroclix singles and sealed products. Make sure you check them out at CoolStuffInc.com. Use code DIAL5, DIAL5, for 5% off your Cool Stuff Inc. order. If you want to buy Heroclix straight from the source, baby, right from the horse's mouth, you can go to shop.whizkids.com. Use code DIALH10 for 10% off your Heroclix order there. Not available with certain pre-orders, iconics, or promotions. Yeah, we'll see you guys in 2025. And like always, happy trails.
I haven't seen a Rock movie in over a year. I haven't talked about The Rock on a...
If you smell what The Rock is cooking.